Quilting with Harriet, back for part 3 of our needles, threads, and tension tutorials. So give me a like, a thumbs up, please, and make sure you subscribe and hit the notification. So today we're going to be talking about threads. What kind of thread do you use on your project? Well, it always used to be, long time ago, to use cotton thread and use the same thread on the top that you use in the bobbin. Well, we have progressed so much since our great grandmothers were quilting with their frames, and we have these wonderful long arm machines that can do so much for us now. So I'm going to talk about threads and the threads that I use in the bobbin. So to start off with, I love to use embroidery thread. It's got a shine to it, and if I have to rip out, which is a fact of life, true, then it's a little bit easier because it's a slick thread and it comes out a little bit faster than a cotton thread would, because cotton thread really sticks to your fabric and your batting. So I use Glide, I use Isacord. I love embroidery threads. And since I have an embroidery machine as well, I have a good stock of colors. I like to use bottom line thread in my bobbin. Bottom line is a 60 weight thread, and it just buries into your backing. So that's my thread of choice when I wind my own bobbins. If I don't wind my own bobbins, then I'm going to use, I like to use the Magna-Glide 60 weight pre-wound bobbins. I have been long arm quilting for 20 plus years, and today I'm down to 3 colors in my bobbins. I'm down to white, cream, and a gray. So if a customer brings me a quilt and they don't care what I use on the back, then I'm going to use one of those 3 colors. If they're very, very specific about the thread to match their back, then I'll make sure that I have that right color in and be able to use that for the customer. So white, gray, and cream will take care of just about every quilt that comes through. I buy the box of 100 pre-wound bobbins, and it lasts me a pretty long time. It's nice because the pre-wound bobbins, they can wind so much more thread on there, and I can go further for a further amount of time than I can winding my own bobbin. Okay, so the bobbins, like I said, is a 60 weight. A lot of people like to use, is it Deco Bob thread, which is a 90 weight. I just haven't tried it. I've been really happy with my 60 weight, and if it's not broke, in my opinion, don't fix it. So the thread that I use on the top is a 40 weight, and I just love the way it buries into my batting, and I can, like I said, I can pick it out easily. So, and the colors, oh my gosh, so many colors. I think there's like 360 colors of Glide thread. It's my goal to own every color. So don't come out with any more, please. Okay, so you can also use a cotton thread. This is a Superior Threads King Tut. It's a variegated thread. This would be great for Halloween quilts. Sometimes you just want a little bit of variegated thread to go through all your colors. Sometimes I use this, but just be aware this is more linty because it's cotton, and you're going to clean out your bobbin area maybe halfway through your bobbin. So it's a beautiful thread to use. I would highly recommend it, but just make sure that make sure you know that you're going to have a little more lint with that. Okay. So another fun thread to use, and I'm going to talk about these, is this is a glitter thread. It's a flat ribbon thread, and it's got like a hologram graphic through it. You can see the color change in there. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love to use these on holiday quilts, like green for holly leaves and red for poinsettias, white for snowflakes. It just makes those holiday quilts pop. And you can wash this. You can wash this. So I have several different types of thread. And I just want to talk about the delivery system in these threads. A cone of thread like this one, if you look at the cone, you can see that it's cross wound. You see that it's going back and forth in like an X. And when you put that in your thread mast and start threading it, there's a twist to it. So for the ease of the camera, I'm going to show you. I have my thread in my thread mast, and as I pick it up, it's going to, I'm going to move back a little bit so you can see there is a twist in there. So whenever you use a cone of thread, you want to put it on your back thread mast and thread it through normally, okay? When you are using any type of specialty thread that's on a spool, like these two, these are wound straight. These are meant to come off the spool and right into your threading system. So if you have a spool of thread and it's like this, it's going to come right off and into your threading system. There's no twist on it. So how do we get it straight in our machine? How do we use these? We're going to use a horizontal spool pin. So that what this is you've got your two little holes here and a tightening screw. Let's see if you can see this here, and a tightening screw. And what you want to do, you've got this pole here. You're going to take I'm going to bring you over to the machine. And let's see, I'll zoom you in. And let's come down just a little bit over here. Okay, so I have my little hardware here. I'm going to put this on my thread mast. And then I'm going to stick this little pole through here. And I'm going to tighten this up. So now I have a horizontal pin to put my thread on. And so when I start threading it here, it's going to come nice and straight off the spool. Okay? Now, if you're going to use this glitter thread, put it on here. And you don't need to use this pin up here. Just start right through your 3-hole tensioner. But you probably only want to go through one of the holes. So top, middle, or bottom, it doesn't matter. Just bring it straight through one hole. You don't have to twist it around. You might find while you're sewing that you need to make an adjustment on this pin. It might have to come down. It might have to come up. I actually like to bring mine a little bit closer to the tensioner, so it's coming right at it instead of having to make a longer angle there. So I just bring it in a little bit, and then you just want to go through one hole on that. The cotton thread, the king tut thread, start it here, go through all 3 holes. Okay, so that is the horizontal spool pin, and the cotton thread or polyester thread. Decorative threads are considered a little more brittle, a little more finicky, so you don't need all 3 of the holes on the 3-hole pin on the 3-hole spindle. You can just go through one. And you'll probably find that with those decorative threads, metallic, glitter, monopoly, that you will need to loosen your top tension. You don't have to touch your bobbin tension. Once your bobbin tension is set, then you don't have to touch. 9 times out of 10, you don't have to touch your bobbin tension. So it's all a matter of tweaking your top tension to get your thread tension, your top tension right. So decorative threads, metallics, glitter, what was the third one? Monopoly. Loosen your top tension and use one hole of the 3-hole guide there. Okay, so that being said, We also can use some fun yarns and threads on our machine. This is that Burnett chenille yarn. It's used for couching. Couching is a technique where when you have your machine threaded with regular thread, what it does is goes right in the center of the yarn. So it buries right in that center and you don't even see your top thread at all. But you do need to use a couching foot, which has a plastic disc inside with a hole. And I will do a video on couching pretty soon, and I'll show you how to thread the yarn into the foot and have some fun with Pro Stitcher or free motion couching with yarns. So the largest one that we have will fit this nice thick chenille yarn, and the smallest one will fit like your Red Heart Walmart yarn. So you can put names on quilts, you can put pretty flowers. What I like to do is just take a really pretty piece of, say for a baby girl, a pink, real soft pink top fabric. And I love to use my Pro Stitcher to do an edge to edge with my chenille yarn. And then you've got that texture on the top, and the babies just love to feel those quilts. I love to feel those quilts. So, yeah, you can have some fun with your threads and different feet on your machine, yarns. The possibilities are endless. So today we learned about the horizontal spool pin, what how to put our threads on, the difference between a cone, which is cross wound, and a spool, which comes straight off. So knowing that, you'll be a little more successful in your quilting. So the next video that I'm going to do, I'm going to baste my quilt. I'll take you with me on this journey. I'll baste my quilt. I'll set up my edge to edge, and I'll get some quilting done on it, and then we'll crop the bottom. So I hope you enjoy these. Leave me a message, leave me a comment below. Make sure, please, that you hit the like button. I would appreciate that. It helps me so much. And we will see you at the next video. Bye.